courses, gas fitting and business principles as well. Basically chose plumbing, left school, didn't really know what to do. You know, sort of love working with my hands, and yeah, the rest is sort of history from there. Plumbing, I saw it as a diverse trade. I didn't want to rock up every day sort of doing the same thing. One day I can be laying a drain, the next I can be doing a water service on a hot water unit, water mains, you name it. And I think as a young fella I wanted a lot of that, so having a diverse trade in plumbing and gas fitting keeps the mind ticking but also keeps you motivated. I think the lifestyle aspect of it's been great. Surely some days you do some overtime, but most of the time I can finish 3:30 to 4. You know, you can punch out a few extra hours during the week, where a lot of offices, they only have certain set times that you can work. So you can go away early, knock off early on a Friday, go fishing, water skiing. I just think there's so many positive aspects to the other job that a lot of people overlook. I work for Soilworks here in Pakenham in Victoria. A bit of a change of scenery. Still trying to keep the plumbing aspect alive as well. I believe it's important to be versatile in whatever you do. To get a good combination of what I want to get into now in earth moving, Soilworks has basically granted me that opportunity to get involved in that.
My name's Scott Reid. I work for Soilworks. I'm the Pakenham store manager at the Pakenham branch. Rob has worked for us for quite a few months now. He's definitely a good asset to our company. I would like to endorse the vocational education program. I think it's a good asset for most of the players to do.
It's challenging initially. The early morning starts. You know, when you wake up in the mornings, you know you've got 8 hours ahead of you that you're going to be sort of working up around the 90%. You want to make sure that when you get to training you're putting as much in as what you're putting at work, and sometimes it's hard to sort of keep it together. I think the biggest thing for me is relating to people. With plumbing I got to work with a lot of diverse people, a lot of hard people, and I think transferring that into touch footy, it's made me more of a people's person. I sort of know how to relate to people a lot better. I think a lot of people don't understand the short-term pain for the long-term gain. You know, for 4 years I slugged it out, and I won't lie about that. But now I've got a qualification that's going to last me right up until I'm 60 years of age, and for that I can't be more thankful for getting pushed to get into it. And right now, if I had my time over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I can't recommend it highly enough. I think it's one of those trades that's never going to die. You're always going to have constant work. The money's there, the opportunities are there, all the ingredients are there to be successful. It just takes the right attitude. And that's a real skill for a real career.
So we are live for the Men's Opens semi-final, a repeat of last year's grand final, the Hunter Western Hornets and the CQ Bulls. I'm Adam Collins in commentary, hopefully to be joined a little bit later on by some co-commentators as the Bulls get us underway. They'll look to take the ball down the field here. You see a lot of work around the ruck area, both teams chock full of talent. The Hunter Western Hornets have been outstanding, but the Bulls have just chipped away as we see a turnover there. Now the way of the Hornets coming off the line. Langbridge gets the ball out now. Alex Langbridge in the number 11 takes it forward. So this is a transition play here. Lincoln Little onto the field now, as is Atkins. Thompson into half. That combination, Little, Thompson and Atkins, have been dangerous all weekend as they turn the ball over on the defensive line of the CQ Bulls, who now look to bring it out from depth. Up in their faces comes the defense of the Hornets. Pressure for the Bulls to try and get over their box to get the fresh feet on, as they have done now. Taking it forward, come the Bulls. That's Zanetti. Taking this team deep now into territory, and that's a turnover. The Hunter Western Hornets look to take it forward. There's Little. Gets the ball out to Bailey Ritchie. Little takes it into the line. Fresh legs come on. That's Daniel Langbridge. There's his brother Alex. Gets that one off to Potts. Potts gets it down quickly. Alex Langbridge, short ball back inside. Brother to brother. Touch was made. That combination has been lethal. The referee says no touch. So the try is awarded. Daniel Langbridge. Let's have a look here on replay if we can. We can see Potts gets the ball down. Alex Langbridge takes the line on, flicks the ball. No look back inside. Was touched in flight. That was the signal from the referee. And Langbridge opens the scoring for the Hornets as we see the Bulls on the screen go for the play. The dive over there for Harry Griffin. Doesn't get there in time. Nice right to left pass. Finds the winger not coming in hard enough in defence. And that will be try time for Jacob Marinan to equalise 1-1 in what has been a frenetic start. The pace of the Men's Opens division here, particularly these two teams, has been impressive throughout the tournament. The skills on display at pace, you can't help but be impressed with as Connor Edwards takes the ball into the line. That's touch number 2. Atkins picks up from half. Edwards takes it in again. Atkins now with the ball. Edwards into half, back to Atkins. Lincoln Little just gets a composure. You can see Thompson splits away hard to the right. Nothing doing there. Went for the long pass, didn't get there, but the referee, David Baggio, blows the penalty. Forward pass from the ruck was spotted. Might have come from the sideline referee. As we see now, the CQ Bulls taking it to the Hornets' defence. To the halfway line they go. Over the line now. Defence holding strong for the Hornets. But good pressure here. Jack Leonard into the line. Look for the short ball on that occasion. Doesn't get it. Little looking to snatch the pass away. The ball away from the CQ Bulls. There he is. Little takes it in the line. Little touch just to stand him up straight, as does Connor Edwards. But he earns the penalty. Referee finds that the CQ Bulls had pushed up a little bit too hard. Offside call. There's Potts with the ball. He was impressive, super impressive yesterday. Scored a couple of tries, set up plenty, working with the Langbridge brothers as he does again here. There's Alex Langbridge. Daniel now gets the ball out to Potts. Potts gets it down quickly. Thought they might have lost control there, but the referee says play on. Langbridge goes for that flick ball back inside once again. Doesn't come off on that occasion. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined in commentary by Paul Sphere, who's had a lot of years experience in the Men's Opens division. Currently the New South Wales Women's Opens coach. Spherzy, a frenetic start to the game, 1-1, just under 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, great start. And that's what I expect, pace the whole way. And I've seen Alex set up that first try, and I think it's going to hinge on Alex, a lot of the attack. But these will be the two favourites even in this semi to go on and win it. But so many upsets in all three open divisions this tournament.
So the Hornets really work in pods here. They have Little, Atkins and Thompson working together. And in the other pod, you have the Langbridge brothers, as we see Wilton go on the attack.
Yeah. Lincoln will do a lot of the setting up for Dylan Thompson, correct.
As does Matt Atkins. But in the other pod, they have the Langbridge brothers, and Blake Potts has really assumed a role there. And the unsung heroes, Mitchell Wilton.
Yeah, Mitch Wilton.
Jared Rodemer.
Yeah, Mitch nearly made my state team last year. He was in my squad, and he'd be very close this year, I expect. Very, like a workaholic. Great defender, too.
So now the CQ Bulls, great meters through the middle there from Dave Zanetti. The experience of Zanetti really showing there as we see the Bulls up over the halfway line. Penetration now. 15 picks the ball up. That is Jamin Bob, one of the Bob brothers. The ball down in enemy territory. They'll look to get up out of the defensive line here, cut down the space and the penetration of the Hornets.
And again, it's about winning the middle third in these games when you come to that box. And as long as this Bulls defence stays up, and that's what they should be doing, trying to stay up and minimise time on the line. And here we go, they rolled.
That's Langbridge. That's just pure speed.
Yep. And that all comes back from rolling. They've got to stay brave and stay up in that middle third. They rolled and and Alex just kicked on him and
Yeah, have a look at it here in replay. Looked like nothing was on. Alex Langbridge, just speed to burn. That's all it was. It was pure speed, and you can't beat it.
No. And the link there was looking for the middle, which was number 15, don't know his name, sorry, to make that touch. And as soon as he kicked on him, and he's got the foot speed just to get him on the back foot there.
That was young Jamin Bob. But the thing with Alex, he's got that impressive speed, but of course he can play the ball as well. And because he can play the ball the way he does, people tend to hang off him.
Yeah, correct.
And then that's all it takes.
There's not many that can do that have got the total package version.
Some have speed, some have ball skills, but he's got, as you said, the total package.
And he's a good thinker. He's an old school footballer with a really good footy brain on him.
Yeah, and I had a bit of insight yesterday. He was actually part of the Melbourne Storm development and played a lot with Cameron Smith, so has been under the tutelage. And it's great to see, or it's easy to see, that he has those smarts, the game sense that the Langbridge brothers together possess. Yeah. But Alex has just been outstanding.
Very good league player. I think he's with the Roosters Feeder Club.
Yeah, he
at the moment.
Both the Langbridge brothers up around the Central Coast and the Newcastle Rugby League districts are quite well-known rugby league players. But we see the CQ Bulls go on the attack here.
He's touched him.
Yeah, he actually applied the touch there on the offside player. So the referee will call acting half court. So a good start from both teams, neither giving too much away. We see Little drive on, going forward into the line. Daniel Langbridge, there's Alex again out of half. Play on was the call on that occasion, and we'll see a penalty go there. The referee just regains a little bit of composure, walks back to the mark and gives the penalty. Just take it over to the right blade of grass there for me, please. And we'll bring it back underway. Quick ball off the ground on that occasion. Little working with the brothers here.
Yeah, that'll be just a setup for their pet play here.
There it goes. Alex out. And again,
inside.
The short ball inside.
Same try.
Defender gets there, but not in time. Oh, hang on. We have...
Oh,
what have we found here? Forward pass. It must have been from the ruck because the flick back inside didn't look forward for mine, but the referee is the one with the whistle that makes the decisions. So they'll punch up over the line here. They'll look for the man in half here, Damon Moore, the youngster from the CQ Bulls.
Got a good ball on him.
Long ball, shut down in defence there. That was Jacob Marinan pushing up into the line. Thought he found some space, but the shutdown defence of the Hornets comes in and gets the job done. Lincoln Little pushes wide. Yeah, Damon Moore's important in the CQ Bulls lineup. A youngster just named in the Australian men's team to take on New Zealand at the Trans-Tasman on the Anzac weekend in Newcastle. So he is one of the players to watch in the CQ Bulls lineup. And, of course, the old hand, Dave Zanetti, Mr. Experience.
Mate, Dave Zanetti, I think he's about 35 now. He's just done extremely well. He's played in the last three
I'll give you
Origin series.
I'll give you the tips, Fizzy. He's probably closer to 40. I coached him in the Australian men's 20s team in the year 2000.
Wow, so he's lying about his age, which is a good thing.
So now out they come. Looks to tip on play, doesn't come off. The Bulls asking questions, but not finding the final mark there on that occasion.
Mate, if I'm coaching the Bulls right now, I've seen that winger shut down a couple of times. I would really be maybe hitting the wing a couple of times.
Yep.
And asking the question.
Keeping him alive. So now Langbridge pushes forward. That's Daniel. Alex into half. Long ball. Not the best of passes there. He won't be happy with that one. He's a fairly hard taskmaster on himself. Sets a high benchmark. Both teams working hard here, coming off the line. Into the middle, the big body of number 8 there, Bailey Assay in the Bulls lineup. That's good work here, turning the defenders around. Gets the man. Didn't need to switch on that occasion, but gets outside again. Switch ball back inside. This is good hands here for the Bulls. No, thrown into him. That's a good decision by the referee.
Good defence by young Mitch Wilton there.
It certainly was, but impressive ball skills for the CQ Bulls. As Wilton takes the yards forward. Working hard here, the Hornets, to get to the sub-box. Here comes the transition play.
Yeah, this is where they've got to stop the roll if they can.
Last touch now. There's Thompson out of half. Probably gave that a bit early for mine there,
Yeah,
Paul.
kept running, I thought. And it might have got a penalty.
That's the thing. Dylan Thompson is one of the most unselfish players in the game as well. Probably needed to be a little bit more selfish there. Now the Bulls work their way towards their sub-box. This is the penetration they want. Just to bend the back of the Hornets. Now up over the line. That's better.
Good drive.
That's
There
Moore
we go.
again. There's
That's
that
the
pass outside.
Ooh.
Damon Moore, super impressive left to right pass. Let's wait to see that one on the replay as Braden Hegarty, some of the fastest feet in the game, Braden Hegarty. It's good to see him get one over the line. Moore will be looking for him more. Have a look at it here. Just a little skip pass left to right. You couldn't have asked for a better ball than that one. The J line, Hegarty pulling out wide. The ball just fell right into his lap. Have a look again. This is beautiful to watch from Moore.
And it's exactly what I thought. I was hoping to see that because we've seen the winger shut down a couple of times and I just want to see them react differently. Good coaching there.
And shout out to the cameraman. Awesome pictures coming your way at home. That's what we get to see here live. Our cameraman picking it up for you as we see Blake Potts attempt to go over the line. We're all tied up here. 13 minutes gone. I can't wait to see more of that action, Paul.
Yeah, this is good. This is really good footy.
So now the CQ Bulls come off their line again. Pass from Zanetti goes into the clasp of the Hornets defender.
That's not like him.
He won't be happy with that one either. He'll bash himself up over that. But he'll regain composure. His focus is singly on driving his team forward. Atkins gets the ball down for Daniel. There's Thompson in half now. So they've broken the pods up a little bit here.
Yeah, they might come back.
Daniel gets around, goes back short for Thompson.
Ball down, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah,
what
he's
we're seeing from Baggio there, he saw the touch was made down the shorts or something, so that means that the body was extended already over the line. Let's have a look here in replay. You can see Langbridge go around, gets the ball back into Thompson, and he might be right. You'll see here, Baggio, if we get the... No, we won't see it. But I saw Dave signify that the touch was made low on the body. At full extension, the ball must have been down before the touch was made. So,
And that came up on the back of a costly error there by the Bulls.
absolutely, that turnover from Dave Zanetti has been costly for his team. As I said, he won't be happy with it, but he'll regain composure and refocus the Bulls' attack. So now, rolling up the field, the relentless pressure of the Hornets, but they turn over there, an over-the-mark penalty against I think it might have been Mitch Wilton.
Again, second touch, costly penalty there. Puts the Bulls in good position here to have a crack.
Ultimate field position here, so we see Moore come back on. Moore's in the link position on the far side of the field for us. Here he is just around the ruck. Moore was sweeping. No play. That's Moore with the ball now.
Ooh, good strike.
It was a good strike from number 23, Jared Rodemer. Into the line they go. Long ball. Went for the tap-on play back on the inside. Doesn't come off.
It's good defence there. They've learned from that last try, and there's a good read by the winger to take it out.
Tom Dafter, the big number 8 for the Hornets. He's a massive man out there on the wing. He comes in and shuts that down. It's got to be big pressure for the winger to take. There's Potts again, back on the inside. Drives well into the line. Thompson, but another penalty. The referee coming back in here. I believe that's referee Brett Freshwater. Right on the spot to call that one.
I think he's still reffing Premier League. Good on him. I think he reffed me in Premier League 30 years ago.
Yeah, he's well into his 40s, mate. But I tell you what, there is not one. No, he's not in his 50s. Got to give the man credit. He is super fit and one of the leading referees in the country, and a nicer man I don't think you'll ever meet. As we see the ball again, a tapped on play for the Bulls, doesn't come off. Nice touch. They need to get up in the faces of the Hornets here and cut down this momentum. As we see Daniel drive in. There's Alex in at half. Short ball to Daniel. They'll work together again here. On the back foot, a man stumbles. He's got him there with a touch.
On, offside.
Yeah, he hadn't made the 5. That little stumble was all it took for Alex to just exploit that. And I think the referee got that 100% right. He hadn't retired the required distance. Let's have a look at it again. There's that stumble. Yeah, no, he hadn't made the line. You could see clearly.
I know, but they brought in that new rule where that touch was made outside the 7. So I suppose that's the referee's discretion there.
Yeah.
Where they got back to 7.
So now the CQ Bulls bring the ball back into play. They trail
4-2.
4-2 the score.
Ball down.
Yeah, the referee on the spot calls that one down. Is that referee Skelly?
Tim Skelly, correct.
Yeah. Kim Skelly awards that one.
These are the 3, I think, ranked top 3 at the moment. And I think they had the last state origin men's. So very 3 experienced referees.
So here we are on replay. Yeah, he got down low there. That was so well done. Tough job. He's not a short man. That is
that's what
Harry Griffin.
He's called Mitch. Mitch didn't hit. Mitch Wilton
hadn't hit the line.
Yeah, I think that's what he's done. Play through.
So now another turnover. The CQ Bulls back into the attack. 4-3 is the score.
Good yards.
Good meters from Zanetti there. The little show and go out wide just kept the defence hanging off a little bit. That's all it took for Dave to get in behind the line. They'll need to capitalise on that momentum now. Well done into half. Picked up. Good early release there. Back out to the left. Here's the try scorer. Finds a man in space, but a great shutdown. That was Connor Edwards coming in off the wing to shut down there for the Hunter Western Hornets. But impressive play from the CQ Bulls. It took a big effort to shut that one off. There's nice meters now. But Bailey Ritchie pushing through the middle. There's Langbridge. Big skip pass left to right. Nice shutdown for Braden Hegarty there. So end-to-end touch football here. Both teams having a good crack, as we knew they would. As I said, last year's grand final being played here as a semi-final this year. I think the Hunter Western Hornets went down in an earlier match. Good speed out of half, gets a good clean hands away.
Great cover, Alex.
Could be some questions there about the contact on the touch. Coming across in cover, tough to hold up. No, the referees say that it was just contact, accidental. You can see at speed coming across on the juggle. tough to stop, but did take him a little bit high.
Yeah, accidental, but I would have given that as a penalty.
The NRL, it would have been a penalty for sure, and he'd be on report. So now the Hunter Western Hornets roll on through Thompson. Thompson gets that one out. Little juggle in the roll ball there, but no damage done. The siren goes in the background. So the score, Hunter Western Hornets 4, the CQ Bulls 3.
2.
So anyway, we'll have a look here and we'll make sure the scoreboard is correct. But, Sfizzy, how have you seen that half?
Oh, mate, look, it's Alex has been dominating there, and Dylan's chipped in with his. Again, for me, it's about the Bulls to stop that roll. If they can stop that roll, they're right in this game. If they allow Hunter just to keep running and kicking on them, it's not going to favour him, I think.
So
Two great teams.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll wait and see what the second half brings us, but whatever it is, it'll be purely exciting touch football. Stick around, the second half coming your way in about 3.5 minutes' time. back looking ready to get underway here for the second half. Once again, I'm Adam Collins, joined in commentary by Paul Sphere. Second half of the Men's Open semi-final. The Hunter Western Hornets currently leading the Bulls 4-3. Spearsy, quick, what are we going to see here in the second half?
Well, mate, hopefully we'll see some of the same. The footy's been great, but again, I just expect to be more intense in defence from both sides.
So Little in the middle with the ball now. That's Atkins at half. Little, Atkins and Thompson. That is the pod that works here. There's Thompson looking to come into play.
Fair call.
Yeah, fair call. They were looking for a penalty in the ruck.
Maybe not.
No, Baggio's going to talk from the sideline. The referees are wired up here. So, referee on the sideline, David Baggio, sees an infringement in the ruck that Freshie hadn't seen on the field. A dive over attempt there.
Yeah, good work by the saver middle there to come in.
I think that was Mitchell Wilton pushing through the middle. Thompson goes right, breaks left, goes a little bit of juggle, collision.
6 to go.
Bodies in motion. 6 more, the ultimate decision there. Thompson, short ball off the ground. Little goes for the dive over. Touch made.
Touch.
Referee Freshwater right on the spot.
Jaden Bembo there too. Australian middle in the Aussie men's.
He's had a great tournament, Benbow.
Oh, ball down there. Yeah.
Not in quick enough. Dylan Thompson, fast feet. One of the fastest pair of feet in the game over that distance.
Yeah, and that's the start the Bulls didn't want. They really...
Here it is here. Looks like nothing's on. Thompson at half. Picks up, gives off quick. Wilton goes for the line, dives over. How quick did he get that ball from chest to ground?
Good ball by Mitch too there.
The no-look dive pass as he was going across the line himself. Just gets it away for Thompson. And Thompson scores. Zanetti comes across in cover, but not in time. And that extends the lead now. 5-3 the Hornets in front of the Bulls, who are well on the attack here. On the line. Short ball goes long. Tapped inside.
Good defence.
Not able to get it over the line. Collision. But tough touch there. The man with the ball looked to attack the head there of the CQ Bulls defender. Went for the big fend to the face, and the referees weren't happy.
Yeah, just no need for that. Yeah,
penalty and attack coming off your own line. First touch. That is unforgivable, really.
Yeah, no need for that at all. And
So
it was a good roll-up too, so no need.
And knowing the coaches of the Hornets and the leadership, the player leadership, there'll be some words said in the box, and that young fella will be told to pull his head in and just get on with the game. So now the CQ Bulls on the attack. Numbers a bit tough to see here, but that is Patrick Crowe going for the line. A penalty blown by referee David Baggio. So they'll get a repeat set of 6 here on the line. Harry Griffin gets the ball away to Patrick Crowe again. That's Jamin Bob in the middle there. Damon Moore, he's the one to watch there, just fringing around. First man off the ruck. They go away from Moore.
Great
Shutdown
strike.
defence there from Jesse Jenkins. And that will be the end of the set. The Hornets now drive off the line. But they find an infringement, an incorrect roll ball. So another opportunity for the CQ Bulls. That's 2 sets in a row, Paul, where they've turned it over inside their own territory.
And this is where the Bulls need to punish them for the 2 mistakes they've made.
So Harry Griffin in the middle there. That's Damon Moore. Let's keep an eye on him. The number 5, ball in hand now, goes long, tapped on over the top. Moore just looked to load up there. I thought he was going to hit it short, but went long.
Yeah, he done the sinker, the lob ball in the middle there to the link. But it's just good read by the winger.
Yep, that long ball that floats over the top and then just drops into the hole. That one didn't come off. This is better from the Hornets. There's big Dafter on the right-hand edge. Oh, that could have been forward for mine.
Yeah,
the referees are onto it.
3 errors. 3 errors in a row. So they've just got to be, get back to their grinding game, the 1%ers.
Yeah, we didn't see that in the first half, so hopefully for the Hornets.
We touched him. Okay, point.
Yeah, no, they called play on. Dave won't be too disappointed with that. They get the roll on now. Short ball down for Jaden Benbow. You mentioned him earlier.
He's got a good ball too.
He needs to step up here in the second half. We didn't call him often in the first. There's Zanetti. To Benbow, gets it back to Zanetti now. Zanetti flick pass back to Benbow. Gets it out to the left. Flick back inside, late switches. But I see the referee drop back into a position. They found a late pass. That was better from the CQ Bulls. Looked like the set was finished. They kept the ball alive. And while the ball's in play like that, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's good defence, Safa, but I just don't think Bulls are asking the right questions at the moment, where they scored with that long ball, and I just think they're not hitting the right lines.
So we need to see a better end of the set here for the Hornets. That's the third touch made now, right on their substitute box. They're over halfway line, so that's better penetration for them. This is much better. There's the Langbridge brothers now. Flick back inside. Daniel with the ball. Daniel Langbridge takes it into the line. There's brother Alex. Alex out of half, goes long.
Tap back.
Tap back inside. Good lines.
Right.
See how quickly there, he took the ball back on the inside, brought it back into play, looking to get it out again. So a catch-release situation. Tapped it back in. You can see there he's loading up to get the ball over the top. But beautiful defence from Braden Hegarty coming in off the wing. Stopped the try for sure. And young Jacob Marinan also pushing out. They had men in position, but great skills all round. Forward pass off the ruck, but the referee...
Again, they've scored 3 tries like that, trailing back on the inside. And I just think they're not... The middles just aren't working together at the moment, the Bulls' defence.
I think that was Atkins on the runaround play. Let's have a look. Thompson goes around, gets the ball. That for mine was forward, but the referees are on the spot and they'll call play on. The try has been awarded. So Atkins gets a try off an inside ball from Dylan Thompson. CQ Bulls have to be the next to score. They must score next to remain in touch with the Hunter Western Hornets. Here they are, taking the ball into the line. This is the last touch.
Try.
That's Griffin.
Try.
Yeah, play on was the call. So I said they had to be the next to score. Harry Griffin took it into the line, finds Jardel Bob. Good enough to get the ball to ground. Let's have a look at it here. That's Griffin, takes it in. Bob the half. Griffin pumps it short.
Yeah, nice ball. Pumps it long and then delivers short. That's a nice line there. Good try.
So that was Jamin Bob involved in the play. Harry Griffin, and finally Jardel Bob was the one to get it over the line, as we see Thompson diving off the right foot, getting the ball over the line. End-to-end stuff. They turn defence into attack. Let's have a look. Little takes it in. Gets in behind the line there with that missed touch. Have a look. Thompson off his right foot.
And that's what happened there when he missed that touch, and they punished him for it because it was just so hard to get back on side and get back in the line to defend it.
It's the ability to stop on a dime at speed the way he can, as we see it come back from young Bob there. Not able to do the same thing as we saw Thompson. Super impressive touch football here in the men's opens. The Hunter Western Hornets leading the Bulls 7-4. As we see now the Hornets back on the attack. Last touch penalty. Coach killer.
Yeah, there's such a great attack inside. I mean, close. I think the best attack is on the comp, and you just really got to aim up in defence and be brave on them.
Nice shutdown.
That's a good strike.
That was Damon Moore.
And that's what they need to do. Just really get up. Don't let them dominate them by running.
Ball to ground there. That's better pressure from the CQ Bulls defence. That shutdown from Moore coming in, the sniper or the strike as you called it. This is better. No touch call, but play on. Nice roll on here for the Bulls. Up over the line at pace. Get the ball down. Last touch called. Ball back inside. This is much better. Dummy thrown. Probably could have given the switch ball there. I thought they'd loaded up well, but chose not to. And the Hunter Western Hornets will bring it out of their own territory. Little punching hard, going forward, but coming across, moving laterally to the box. Thompson forced into a pass there from the defender, coming right up and shutting down that channel he wanted to take.
There's good pressure there by the wing defender there.
That's the big body of Bailey Assay coming in hard and really forcing that error from Dylan Thompson. Harry Griffin there, just taking the tut. Lachlan Crowe in the middle. Griffin again, goes short to Crowe.
Yeah, no one hit in the hole there. He got
Last touch. Griffin, look for the late switch, didn't come off. Crowe held his line out wide. And they turn the ball over. Potts takes it up the middle. Back to the edge now. Here comes Potts, working hard for his team. Gets punched into the sub-box, but controlled the roll ball. Daniel Langbridge down. Dylan Thompson at speed picks up. Hole open up, left and right, inside and out. We lost the view there, but the referee signals that the ball was out.
Yeah, that's the secret to their attack, the Hornets. Just on a roll. Great dump there by Daniel Langbridge. And you can't give Dylan that space to run freely.
It looks like Bailey Ritchie might have picked up a little shoulder injury there. Just a niggle. He seems okay. He just indicated to the sub box that he'd taken a bit of a knock, and they'll get that looked at by the medical staff. But we should see him back in action. So the Bulls now up over the halfway line. Bodies in motion. More at half. He gets around. And Jamin Bob steps back inside. Jamin Bob flicks past back to his brother. That one is the end of the set. So really not asking too many questions there. Switching too far away from the defensive line. Putting a bit of pressure on themselves as opposed to the opposition. And the Hornets just roll on. Here they go again. Lincoln Little. That's Langbridge. Nice quick release. Numbers back inside. Good shutdown defence there from the CQ team.
Yeah, the winger was a bit late coming in there, and that's they've had to save a try and get a repeat set.
Dave Zanetti coming across in cover. So Little just takes a touch there. It's Bailey Ritchie in the middle there as well. Also Alex Langbridge in half. There's Ritchie. Doesn't make the line. So Ritchie will take the ball out to the 7-metre line for the roll ball. Alex Langbridge. Lincoln Little takes it in. Ritchie gets the ball to Langbridge. Langbridge comes back long, left to right, but well defended this time from the CQ Bulls. And the referee, David Baggio. Penalty forward pass back in the middle of the field as the CQ Bulls ruck it out through David Zanetti. That's Damon Moore. Finds space down the wing, but the referees are bringing it back. A forward pass called. I think that one must have been picked up by the assistant referee there. As I said, these referees are mic'd up and communicating throughout the match. That call appeared to have come from the sideline, and it was right on the halfway line, so it would have been easy to see.
They really got to start putting some pressure. They really need to score next now, the Bulls.
Referee David Baggio appears to have been replaced.
Forward pass. Yeah, Baggio's gone down.
So he's still on his feet, but doesn't appear to be in the best of health, just taking some extra water. So he's been replaced out of the match. As we see the CQ Bulls on the attack. Just over 13.5 minutes gone in the half. The Hornets leading 7-4. The Bulls not taking the foot off the pedal here. We see Jack Leonard into play.
Oh, that was on.
Yeah, left to right pass thrown, not coming off. So there, Baggio on screen, just coming to the sideline. We'll keep an eye on him and just see what he indicates to the trainer. As we see the Hornets on the attack. Malcolm Kenny gets into space, takes the ball, but the referees say offside. And the Hornets on the attack here, 10 metres out. There's Wilton on the sweep round, steps back inside, referee points to the spot. Big change of direction from Mitch Wilton. This will be pretty to watch on the replay. He's a bigger bodied lad, fairly solid build, comes around at speed, but able to stop on a dime. Big left foot step, back on the inside here. There it is, picks it up high. Look at that.
And that's the 4th try they've scored between middle. And the saver middle isn't just helping the guy that's just made the touch, Jaden Bembo there. That saver middle has to be there before he gets the ball down. That's the 4th try between the 2 middles. It's good coaching and good work by the Hornets to take advantage of that.
Heads up football from Mitch Wilton, but the ability to see what's going on in that defensive line and make a split-second decision the way he did. Stopped, propped, left foot, ball down. Great play. As we see an offside play called there. And again, that's heads-up football, listening to what's happening with the referee, watching what's happening in the defensive line. Jamin Bob gets one over for the Bulls. The Hornets 8-5. They're within touch with 4.5 minutes remaining. This is more, but this is all individual. This is all about young Bob here. You can see
I think
Thompson up early off the line. Referee in the background calling play on. Jamin Bob reacts and gets the ball over the stripe. So they're back within 3 here, but the Hornets, the Langbridge brothers are on, as is Lincoln Little. That's Little with the ball now. Alex into half. Off to Daniel. Nothing doing there. He looks up at the referee and says, yep, you got that call right, sir. And just, they'll take all the time they need here, really.
Adam, they're in no rush. They're up by 3 tries. Less than 4 minutes to go.
There's Daniel. Alex, my apologies. I think was Little pushed off the ball there. No, referees don't see it that way. So the Bulls, good transition play here, Paul. Damon Moore takes it to the sideline.
They really need them. They need to keep scoring.
That's 3 touches. They're well into the attacking territory now on 4. 2 remaining here. Jardel Bob. Back to Jamin. This is Griffin. A penalty. So good momentum pushing down the line. The Hunter Western Hornets hadn't started to come forward. The referee blows that one up. So now a full set of 6. Bob pushed off the ball. Yeah, penalty call against Lincoln Little. 100% correct there.
Time is on Hunter's side here, so the Bulls have got to be playing aggressive.
Bob. Jamin there, throwing the dummy to the brother Jardel. Nothing doing. There he is again. In the ball with Griffin. Nice ball. That was a beautiful ball from Harry Griffin.
Good ball.
And running a beautiful hole was Flynn Kelso.
Yeah, and that's what they haven't done for this majority of the game. Just run a beautiful
Let's
line
see it
down.
again. There's Griffin. Griffin gets it down, steps back. Good alignment. Nice flat pass. And Flynn Kelso, perfect hole running.
Correct. I think the defence has got to be up there. Jared's got to be up there to stop that flat ball and maybe get it to float over his head.
But that was about a 15-metre pass, flat as you like, but it doesn't work if Flynn Kelso isn't hitting the line as hard as he did. Nice defence there from Damon Moore. Bembo up out of the line. Thompson breaks right. That's Potts.
They need the ball
I don't think he got it down in time.
They
need to bring this ball all the way up the field. The men that can do it are on. Zanetti throws a long pass. He knew that the penalty had been blown. There was nothing happening there, but they need to get this ball back in play as quick as they can.
They have to score off this set of 6.
Benbow, Zanetti. That's Hegarty. Down they go. Griffin on again. Here come the Bob brothers. Jardel there. Jamin now. Back to the right. That's Jardel. Griffin. The man that threw that bullet-like pass.
Here we go.
Here he is again. That's the same pass. This time the shutdown was much better.
By Dylan.
Thompson got in, but so did the big fella on the Bailey Assay. Come from wide out. Tom Dafter, my apologies. Bailey Assay's on the opposition. He wasn't shutting down.
No.
But the Bulls, half a minute remaining. They're down 8-6. I think the game's away from them, but we want a big finish from the Bulls. There he is again, Griffin. Thompson in to shut down.
Yeah.
6 more.
Doesn't matter at this stage of the game.
But you'd want to finish with an extra one, surely. You want to take it back within one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But the boys are working hard. Griffin gets it around. Jamin Bob, good release to the winger.
Yeah, well,
And the big fella,
unfortunately, a minute too late.
Bailey Assay, scores in the corner as the hooter sounds in the background. So the Hunter Western Hornets take down the CQ Bulls 8-7 here in the Men's Open semi-final. Paul, how did you see that one? The Hornets on the march. They controlled that game. It's only one try in it, but I'd say that they actually controlled the game a little bit more than one try.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you've seen the second half. They came out that first 10 minutes. I think they jumped to a 3-0 lead in the second half, which took the game away from them. I think there's a drop-off.
And we might have a drop-off in the other semi-final. The other semi-final is the Southwest Queensland Swans and the North Queensland Tropical Cyclone. I'm not sure what the score was, but I can see the referees indicating that we have a drop-off on that field. So we might stay live here, and although they're a little bit further away from us, we can still see the action, and we'll let you know who is victorious in that match. Sfeezy.
Yes.
Let's cast our eyes to the far field.
Yep.
We've seen these guys a few times throughout the week. Who's going to take this one out in a drop-off?
Look, I'm going to favour this. After what I've seen the Swans do yesterday, I just want to favour them a little bit, just the young, energetic side. Yeah, and this new drop-off will start 4-on-4, and it will go for 2 minutes, and it won't be sudden death until they get to 3-on-3, if it's still a draw in that first 2 minutes with 4 players in each team. Yeah, they'll be starting with 4 players there, 4-on-4, and they'll go for 2 minutes. So it's so important they can get that first try and just try and hold them off.
So we will keep talking you through that. As we said, hopefully we might be able to get some pictures for the viewers at home just to see who the opponents are going to be for the Hunter Western Hornets. We can see both of these teams have moved over to the field. The drop-off is exciting in its own right, but this is the decider to see who goes into this grand final.
Yeah, both teams done extremely well. They beat the top-ranked sides of each pool to progress, both teams.
So it looks like the North Queensland Tropical Cyclones will tap off here in the drop-off. So we await the hooter. The new drop-off, as Paul said, it'll be 4-on-4, and they'll play out the full 2 minutes regardless of whether they score from the tap-off. So the Cyclones, they're taking the ball forward nicely. They get the first opportunity here in the half. So remember, we are talking, you might be able to see them in the background, but we'll talk you through it. The Cyclones.
Good defence.